That one dealt with as well.
Speaking at the launch of the Uganda's new climate change strategies and the champions of the Green Industrialization Award, Honorable Amos Lugoloobi, the Minister of State for Planning and Economic Development, emphasized the need to protect the natural resources. He condemned the reported tree cutting in Mabula Forest by the alleged security agencies while unveiling the climate report.
The security guys who were deployed to protect the forest are now the ones very busy selling those logs in that forest. They are cutting down this forest. So I want to remind ourselves that we need to move and protect these very important resources. I come from a constituency neighboring this forest, and we see the rainfall pattern changing as a result of these disruptions we're experiencing today.
He stated that Uganda is pursuing its 10th growth strategy aiming to boost the GDP beyond the current $61 billion up to from $50 billion when the strategy was first designed, highlighting the need for further economic growth and investment.
Uganda has set its sights on a 10-fold growth strategy. The 10th growth strategy is that we are moving our GDP from $50 billion when we designed it. That time when we designed it, the GDP is now over $61 billion. But this strategy envisages increasing our GDP tenfold from 50 to $500 billion. So I'm saying Uganda has set its sights on a 10-fold growth strategy, a bold vision to multiply climate finance flows and green investments by a factor of 10 over the next 15 years.
The minister added that the climate finance unit was established to support and mobilize funding for the private sector. He urged Ugandans to comply with the environmental laws in order to access financial support, including loans.
Ebitabo ebyo byonna tubitaddewo ebyetaagisa so n'olwekyo bannayuganda balina okubisoma kubanga kakati embeera egenda kutuuka nti tujja kufuna looni okuggyako nga otuukiriza emisoso egikwatagana ne environment. Naffe ng'eggwanga tetusobola kwewola okuggyako nga tutuukiriza emisoso egikwatagana n'embeera y'ensi. Kwegamba ebintu gye biraga abantu bonna balina okulaba nti dokumenti zino babeera nazo era bazisoma okusobola okulwanyisa embeera eno embi.
The World Bank has urged Uganda to accelerate the implementation of its climate change strategies, warning that inaction could lead to the severe economic and social consequences. Aneti Kataramu, a World Bank representative, noted that the region is among the most vulnerable to the climate change's impacts.
It is important to pivot to action, pivot to making the investments, pivot to implementing plans, domestic resources better, and mobilizing the finances. This is essential to move from symbolic gestures to solutions.
Over the last decade, the World Bank has provided $2.2 billion in climate-related support to Uganda.
Of course, also the 10-fold growth strategy. There are some striking, also slightly terrifying data in that report. You have 1.8 million Ugandans depending on coffee, for instance. When you look at the report, it's very sobering. If not sufficient adaptation investments are made, there's no basis for coffee production in most of Uganda in a few decades.
Through the Climate Finance Unit, the EU is also supporting the development of a pipeline of bankable projects, such as cold storage for horticulture and clean cooking solutions.